Is this thing on? Hello? Alright, low-key, I filmed this video already once. And listen, I don't have a script, so like I'm just going off of literally my mind, and I don't know, it just didn't go well the first time. Hopefully it goes well the second time. I don't know. Today I'm gonna be talking about how literally iPhones are getting pretty boring, and that's literally it. This is just me talking about how iPhones are getting boring. Yeah, hopefully I don't get hate comments by Apple fans. I'm an Apple fan too. I have literally a bunch of Apple products. So I'm not hating. This is my opinion, okay? So let me talk. So I have the iPhone 12. I got this like what, in 2020 or something like that. This was like the redesign of like their phone. Before they had the iPhone 10 and 11, which are more like, they have curved edges, but this time they changed it to flat edges, which I liked better. Aesthetically, it looks better. And honestly, this color on the 12, it looks really nice. I like it. But after the 12 came out, the 13 has not changed at all. I was watching the Apple keynote and literally in class, and I was like, all right, let's see how this new phone looks like. Literally the iPhone 12, but with the diagonal camera. So they made it uglier. And then they made the notch smaller, which I guess looks better, but they made the camera look uglier. Like, why is it diagonal? Is they had lack of ideas of what to do, that's why they made it diagonal? I don't know. It looked uglier in my opinion. And then the 14 came out, and it's literally the same thing as the 13. So they haven't changed this phone for like the past 3 years, and it's literally getting boring. Now I get that the 14 got like the dynamic island, which honestly, who cares about that? Like, alright, cool. But yeah, the Pro phones, I'm not talking about the Pro phones, I'm talking about the regular phone, because most people get the regular phone. But yeah, it hasn't changed for like years, and honestly, it is like, it is, I don't know, like, I guess they don't have to change something like every year. It doesn't have to be like a brand new design every year. Well, it's just boring. Like, I like watch these Apple keynotes, and like I'm like, okay, what's gonna be released this year? And it's literally just like the same iPhone as last year with like 2 updates. And then they're like, this is the new iPhone 14. And it's the same thing as last year. So, yeah. Honestly, at this point, I want to get an Android because of how boring iPhones are getting. But literally the only issue is I live in America, so everyone is literally using iMessage. And I can't get iMessage on an Android. Well, actually, now you can. But like, it's kind of like a security risk because it's like by a third party. And like, you're giving them your iCloud, which is kind of sus. So I wouldn't use that service, but it is possible, but I wouldn't do that. Literally, I think just outside of America, no one uses iMessage, so it's kind of unfortunate, but yeah, that's really like the only reason that would be holding me back from getting an Android is literally iMessage, and yeah, it sucks. But if I get an Android, I will most likely get like the Samsung flip phones. Those look really cool. Or I'll get like the nothing phone, even though it is a budget phone and may not have like the best camera quality or anything. Honestly, I don't really care. It's a cool phone, which that's all I need. That's all I want. Yeah, but the only thing is just iMessage that's holding me back. But who knows? Maybe I'll switch, and maybe I would just be like, whatever. Who cares? Okay, I'm gonna go on Apple's website and compare the differences between all of these phones because honestly, I need to see what the differences are because there's literally no difference between any of them. All right, so I'm gonna go on apple.com and compare the phones because I'm actually curious. Let's just look at the differences between all these phones. Let me screen record. Hold up. All right, so let's go to compare. So let's go to the 12, the 13, and the 14. Where the heck is the 14? And let's just look at from the 12 to 13 what the differences are. So difference visually, the camera's diagonal and the notch is smaller, okay? Same screen size, obviously. Camera system is the same, it's just diagonal. It has more battery life, but honestly, Apple advertising on their battery life, it's not accurate. I have a MacBook and they're like, oh, it's 17 hours for the whole day. It literally lasts for like 6 hours. It's not accurate at all. The chip changed, but honestly, do most people notice the chip change? I mean, it's good that they upgraded, but like, no one notices the difference. Ceramic shield, tougher than any smartphone glass. Okay, I don't know if that's actually true, but I feel like, okay, I feel like that's not true. The good thing that they did is they changed the base model to have 128 gigabytes because 64 was just not cutting it anymore. So I like how they changed it from 128 from 64 because I have 128 and honestly it's like I need more space. I need 256. And they did add cinematic mode, which literally could be, I feel like that could be a software update on the 12. It's not really like a new phone feature like, oh my god, I'm gonna get the iPhone 13 so I can use cinematic mode. Like I feel like that could literally be a software update. I don't know. But overall, there's no difference between the 12 and 13. When this first came out, I was like, what like why did they release this phone? It should just be called the 12s. There's really no difference. And then from the 13 to 14, the 14 is actually like a 13s. Like there's literally no difference except for like, okay, let's look. It has crash detection and like the satellite thing where you like point your phone up to the sky so you can like, I don't know, call it like emergency services if you're like stuck in a mountain, which I guess that's cool because most phones don't have that. But they have crash detection, action mode. So the chip is the same, which a lot of people are like complaining about. Honestly, I don't think it's a big deal because these chips are already so fast. I don't think anybody noticed the differences when they upgrade the chip every year. So I don't feel like looking through this whole thing, but like overall, it's literally the same phone. Let's look at Nothing. Nothing is the phone that I will most definitely like would want to upgrade to if I like go to an Android because of like how cool the design is with the lights at the back. Just like it's just different. Like no phone looks like this, which is so cool. And also the Nothing. The Samsung Flip. Let's look at that. The Samsung Flip is actually nice. It's different than like most phones. Not lots of people have a foldable phone, and I think they released the Flip 5 recently, and they upgraded it so like there's no space when you close it because there used to be a little space when you close the phone, but now there's like no space at all. So they're improving it each year. Honestly, it looks like a really nice phone to have if it had iMessage. But it's okay. It is kind of a big deal, but like also I can sacrifice it. Like it's not that big of a deal. Like my friends had to deal with the green bubbles. I still have my Mac and my iPad, so I can like use iMessage on that. And then just on my phone, I just use regular text message. Alright, that's literally it for the video. That's all I want to talk about. But yeah, iPhones are getting boring and Apple needs to do something. I'm like uploading this before the iPhone 15 comes out. Maybe they will change their mind this year. And like I haven't looked at the rumors, but maybe they will change something up. I don't know. Hopefully they do. At least maybe add the dynamic island to the standard phone. I'll be happy. Alright, like, comment, subscribe. Dislike if you want. And see you sometime in the future maybe. Alright, see ya. Bye.